Hello everybody and welcome back to the 24-hour Hyacine build. We are here right after my live stream to build Hyacine. We are going to take her to the maximum ascension, by the way, getting her best Lightcone, best traces, best relics. Boys, we do it all here and we do it today. I spent the last long time preparing. I've tried to get everything I could for her so we can build the best Hyacine of all time. So without further ado, why don't we just get into our Hyacine building? But first, before we get into the video, let's get a word from the sponsor of today's video. Today's sponsor is LD Shop. LD Shop is a top-up site that offers you discounts for your favorite gacha games, like Honkai Star Rail. It's also super safe. When doing top-ups on LD Shop, they do not require any of your account credentials. All you need to do to top up is fill in the server you play on and your in-game UID. LD Shop is also partnered with Razer Gold, the official top-up partner of Hoyoverse. Not only that, but they have great reviews on Trustpilot as well. If we zoom over to their website for a second, you'll see it's really easy to use. If we want to top up for Honkai Star Rail, all we got to do is click the Honkai Star Rail button, pick the top up of our choice, which there is lots of options here, all of which have great discounts. Then all you need to do is fill in the server and the game UID. Just to give you guys a little example here, I'm going to enter America, put in my own game UID, and then I'm going to click the top up button. And then if we go and check my Honkai Star Rail account, you'll see we got 300 Oneric Sarge. Pretty simple. And we got a new Express Supply Pass. It's all pretty simple stuff. Another amazing thing that LD Shop does is they have a VIP system. If you spend $80 or more, you can gain VIP, which can give you a free supply pass. So if you want to try out LD Shop for yourself, you can use my link in the description below to get a 15% off coupon code, which can actually save you a maximum of $50. But with that all being said, boys, let's return to our video. But first, we should probably explain a little bit about what Hyacine does. I think that's always important just to get a fundamental understanding of her kit before we actually play the character. She's a pretty simple healer, but definitely more complex than the other healers, and let's explain a little bit about why that is. First off, with her Restore, she's going to give an effect. When the battle starts, we're going to restore HP equal to 30% of Hyacine's max HP, plus, for all allies, we're going to get a 20% HP buff. So, she works really well with HP scaling and DPSs, which is why we see Castris formed in this team. Now, she does a lot more than just that. She does a lot of stuff. Immediately, as we get onto the field, we note she has a basic attack and a skill. I don't feel the need to show the basic attack. Yeah, you guys know what the basic attack does. Guess. However, with her skill and her ultimate, we can actually summon the Memo Sprite. This is how we summon our Memosite, is by clicking our skill, and our skill not only summons Ika, but it also gives us a little bit of a heal as well. When we summon Ika, we restore a bit of HP equal to Hyacine's and little Ika's HP. Then for Hyacine's big old ultimate, which we're going to show in a minute, very pretty ultimate. She sits on the bubble cloud. She's going to restore HP for all of our allies and enter the after rain state, where in this state, all of our allies are going to get their max HP increased, again, cementing that she's good with HP scalers. Also, you saw there little Ika got an attack, which we're going to talk about. But you can see how long you have after rain up based on how many little dots are below Hyacine. This has a maximum of 3 turns, so you're going to want to make sure you get back this ultimate before it runs out. Going to be something that's very important to do. Something else that's important to note about Ika in specific. Ika doesn't actually appear on the turn order. As you can see here, if I try to apply the Mem buff, it doesn't do anything. The only way to actually get Ika to go is by using Hyacine, by using her skills and her ults. That's how you get little Ika to go and do little Ika's huge attack, the fat bubble blast attack, which essentially is just a huge attack. Now, this attack is very powerful thanks to Hyacine's talent, which when either Hyacine or little Ika provide healing, it actually increases little Ika's damage dealt by 70% for 2 turns, and this can stack up to 3 times. So right now, little Ika has a 210% damage buff. Yeah, little Ika is beyond, he is probably more powerful than Sele is. And probably like half the DPSs in the game. That's really sad to admit, but it's probably true at the same time. Little Ika is just a huge bomb that appears on the field and is also fat as Damn. More important things to note about Little Ika. Little Ika has 0 speed, meaning they don't get a turn. Immune to debuffs. Little Ika can consume his own HP to heal allies. So whenever allies reach a certain amount of HP, Little Ika will be like, nope, you're taking my HP instead. So you see there, one of the enemies hit us, but actually Little Ika just healed it. It's honestly, it's a little broken. It's a little broken. I honestly don't know how you die with Hyacine in the team. I think it'd honestly be pretty difficult. The amount of ways she has to like heal health, dispel debuffs, and she does have a cleanse, which is I think healers kind of need a cleanse nowadays, or else they're kind of mid. But Hyacine's another healer who has a cleanse, mainly incorporated in one of her bonus abilities. This one right here, Stormy Cares, which gives her 50% effect res and dispels 1 debuff from ally targets when using skill and ultimate. Another important bonus effect to acknowledge is the Gloomy Grin one, which increases Hyacine's and Little Ika's crit rate by 100%. Therefore, yeah, you don't have to build crit on her. There is no reason to build crit on Hyacine. Crit rate, sorry, to be more specific. And then the last one, which is Tempestuous Halt. When Hyacine's speed exceeds 200, increases her and Little Ika's max HP by 20%. And for every 1 excess speed, it also increases Hyacine and Little Ika's max outgoing healing by 1%, allowing for them to have even more healing. Now, I know 200 speed sounds like a pretty steep climb, but it's actually very manageable with what you can get with substats. And if you have this light cone, it also helps. But yeah, basically the way to play Little Ika is pretty simple. When you get up your ult, you're then able to get off Little Ika attacks, where he will do big bomb hits and attack the enemy, heal your party. It's really not that complicated of a character. Heal, do damage, repeat it over again. It is really that simple with our homie, Little Ika. But anyways, now that we have, I think, a pretty good understanding of Hyacine and Little Ika, let's get to building them. Okie dokie. First up, let's level it up all the way to level 80. We're taking the maximum level today. I prepared all the mats. I've been grinding for this for weeks. This has been a character I've been super hyped about. So we're going to get 40, 50, 60, 70, and how I legit pre-grinded. That's actually crazy. Okay. Fine. I guess I'll use my new E1 Herta today. Shout out to the Oilers. All right, bring him up, Sparkle. And blast him. And blast him again. And blast him again. And now we have the mats. Okay, awesome. Mats completed. Easiest clap of my life. Where are you, Hyacine? There you are. Final ascent. We're fine. I can ascend. That was a close one. Either way, we got a level 80 Hyacine, and with that, we're also going to get 3 more Star Rail passes, which we're 100% going to use to go and get a 5-star. Ooh, we actually almost have a 10 pull. Wait, hold up. Can I trade? I can. Ooh, hold up. We're going to do a full 10 pull here. Let's get it. Easy clap. We lost. Okay. Hi, Hanya. Oh, another dance. I've been getting so many of those recently. Hold up. Trippy. Let's get it. S5. Dance. Huge. Actually big. Anyways, back to Hyacine. Next up, we got to talk about her light cone. Now, you guys can probably already see here, I have her signature. Now, I didn't get into my wishing video. I got into a live stream I did yesterday where we had an Oiler in chat who donated a ton of money for me to get the Hyacine light cone. And I'm going to be real, boys. If you send me Oneric shards, I'm going to use them. So shout out to the Oilers from yesterday's stream. Big ups to you. Yeah, let's just take this thing to 80. Unless we want to talk about alternatives. I mean, we can. I mean, I'm going to be honest. There's one alternative. For any of my free-to-play homies out there, if you want an alternative, just use this one. This is the only other alternative. Shout out to the free-to-play homies. Anyways, let's get back into what we're doing. Not much more needs to be explained. We legit have the best in slot light cone. I can never lose now. And it increases our speed by 18%. We can consume allies' HP. We do more damage with it. Oh my gosh, there's so much text here. To be honest, I don't know what this does, but I don't think it matters. I'm just going to assume I click button, win game. And it's really that simple. All right, let's go. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70... And let's get a level 80 Hyacine light cone. Big dubs. Big dubs. We now have her at level 80 and her best in slot light cone at 80. Also, by the way, how does she start out with base 129 speed? Oh my goodness. Is that just from the light cone and her base speed? She must have a ton of base speed. Yeah, because we only got plus 19. Damn. I guess next up is Traces then. Yeah, I should have pre-prepared all of this. Let's see if I can get it all. Be back in a minute, boys. Okay, so I was able to get us to 999. Now, the interesting thing about this recommendation is actually at the bottom here, they say upgrade is needed for your basic attack, talent, and member sprite skill. I consider that, but the thing is, I actually care about how much damage my little Ika does, so I'm definitely going to level these other than the basic attack. I believe the basic attack is the only one that's like definitely a hard skip, but I think the rest of these are all honestly worth it. So I'm just going to get the rest of them. I'm going to get this effect res. I also want this speed because I'm going to need all the speed I can get for sure. Now I just have to decide what 10 I want. I'm able to get one level 10 with my universal materials because I'm basically out of this. I don't think I have any more. Nah, I'm straight out. So it's going to be 999 and we can get one of these three. Which one do we want? What's the recommendation say? Top priority ultimate. I'm down to do the ultimate. Let's use our universal materials and get to level 10. That is going to be our Hyacine. Really solid build, honestly. Very, very good so far. We got level 80, perfect traces. All we need to do now is get her a relic set. Now, unfortunately, this might prove a bit of a problem because I'm making this video basically right after Hyacine comes out, and I haven't had a lot of time to grind the new set. In fact, I haven't had any. And if you guys know, she has a new relic set. She has a brand new one that just came out. This set is going to be the Warrior Goddess of Sun Thunder, which increases her speed by 6%. And when we provide healing, we're going to give allies crit damage and speed boost. So it's a really, really good set. Very, very good set. And that's for sure going to be your best in slot for Hyacine. Unfortunately, I do not own anything in that set unless I can synthesize. Hold up. Where is this set? Here it is. I have some relic remains. Hold up. Let me synthesize 2 pair of gloves. Let's see here. We just want speed, right? Like speed is all we care about. So that's not great. Holy crap. What the heck? That's good for anybody but Hyacine. Generally, what I'm looking for in substats is just speed, HP, and crit damage. Those are the 3 things. So instead of getting the new set, it looks like what I'm going to have to do is just use other pieces for right now. We're just going to have to take 2 pieces. And our primary stats that we're looking for is speed. So I'm going to try to go for a 2-piece Sacredus mixed with a 2-piece messenger. That's going to be the new goal because I can't get the 4-piece. So let's just try to get as much speed, crit damage, and HP as possible because as we know, she doesn't need crit rate. No need for crit rate. We just need those stats. So I'm going to try to make a set here, see what works, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, the relics are done. I have stolen 2 relics from other characters, but the rest are all new relics. And in fact, just with these relics alone, I've already reached 200 speed. I legit don't have to get any more if I didn't want to. We have 200. So now the only stats I really need are crit damage and HP. And that's about it, to be honest. So, yeah, we got one here with HP, speed, and crit damage. Let's level it up. Hit speed twice, crit damage once. I'll take that, honestly. We got one here with speed and HP. Let's get a bit of both. That piece isn't great. That'll probably be a sack piece in the future, but for right now, it's fine. Then for our 2 middle pieces, we got an HP orb that's gonna get 1 crit damage, 2 flat HP. Actually not terrible. I'll take that. Genuinely, I'm not upset about that. And then a rope. I have energy regeneration with 1 crit damage stat. And it's going to roll 2 flat HP. You know what? It could have been worse. Could have been worse. Overall, though, I think we're done our build. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty easy. Now let's see our Hyacine stats. It's time. We have 207 speed is quite crazy. 5.5k HP. Could definitely use more crit damage, though. I think this build needs a ton more crit damage. Unfortunately, I just don't really have it anywhere unless I want to remove an HP piece, but I don't really want to do that right now. So I think we're just going to have to settle with the low crit damage and maybe re-roll or grind more pieces. But honestly, I think I'm happy with our build. Let's take it in to the latest MOC to see how good Hyacine really is. We have to figure it out. So, I mean, I think it's time to be honest with Luocha. You're getting benched for the rest of time. You're never coming back, Luocha. Congratulations on being relevant for one update. But the meta is now Hyacine. Welcome to the squad, Hyacine. Let's get her going. Hyacine is the new meta. We're leaving everyone else in the past. Hyacine, her time is now. It's time to see how much better Hyacine can make this team. I think with Luocha, we got probably like a 3 or 2 cycle maybe. But I'm interested to see what Hyacine's going to do. How much can she improve our squad? So we're going to immediately go to 1 HP. But you know what Hyacine about to do? She heals us and summons Ika. How much damage Ika going to do off the rip? Do you think I buff Ika? No, I don't. I obviously buff Casterus, obviously. It's very tempting to buff Ika, though. Very, very tempting. Anyways, let's bring up and get Ika's huge follow-up. Come on, Ika. Come on, Ika. Oh, 197k. That's not even with true damage buff. You know what? You're not upset about that. Honestly, I will take that damage. That is crazy work. That is insane work. In fact, we might... No, we won't zero cycle. There's no way. That's too crazy. That's too crazy. Do we restore again? I think we restore again. Yay! Restore! Go, Ika! Holy crap, Ika does 200k. What the freaking heck? There's just no way Ika's doing all that. Oh my gosh. Is the dragon's gonna go all out. Oh my goodness, this guy's so dead. This guy's so dead. Oh my goodness. 1.5 million. That's insane. What the living? We haven't even passed a turn. We haven't even passed a turn. We haven't even passed a turn. This is insane. What? Hyacine is so nuts. What? Oh no. Okay, 1 HP. That's fine. Let's do this. Let's heal. Restore everybody. Go Ika. And drill him. Does 300k that time. And you know why Ika's doing 100k more every hit? It's because every time we heal, we're getting this huge buff. This 225% damage buff. That is so stupid. That is such an OP buff for just no reason at all. We're 100% going to one cycle this. Or two cycle, I mean. Also, notice how as I'm doing the dragon's attack, he's also healing as well. I'm pretty sure that's because of Ika. Oh my goodness. This just isn't fair. This just isn't fair. Like, what is this guy meant to do? He can't even deal damage to us. This dude can legitimately deal a grand total of 0% damage. Oh my gosh, it's over. No. Stop. This is getting too nuts. I just one cycled. I've never done that in my life. Oh my gosh, that was floor 12. Okay. Ika may be a little too broken, and the fact that I got the light cone is probably made me way too good at this game, even though I have 0 skill. This is stupid. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I am now the buff version of Kekvin. The new version of Kekvin has ascended. I'm now a god at this game. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the build. I'd love to hear some of your comments on how I can improve my build. Always looking for reassurance on how I can improve. But for all that today, that's going to be the end of the video. And I'm going to see you all in the next one. Peace.